In the last few videos, we introduced what Purim is really all about. We learned about a whole new inner world of Purim, and hopefully we understand now that there is a gold mine of opportunity on Purim that we want to not let pass by. We owe it to our neshama to give our neshama the greatest possible Purim experience. Now, as much as we talked about that, it's also hard to do that in a very practical way. Purim is very distracting. There's a lot that's going on that doesn't make it so conducive to really focusing on each part of the day on these holy intentions, which can really bring us to tremendous connection to Hashem. And we can fill ourselves up, and we can not only have a holy Purim, but we can take it to have a holy year. So in these couple of recordings, I'm sitting here with Elliot Rosenbaum, and our job is going to just narrow down, explain a little bit of the basic idea of each of the mitzvahs of the day, and then try to experience this. Okay, now I'm going to do this. What's the action plan? What do I do right now to make this happen? Because as much as the different flashy components of the day could be distracting, there are mitzvahs that we're given, and there's no doubt that these mitzvahs are there to enable us to tap into this inner light of Purim, not to distract us. The distractions are everywhere, which means that the opportunity must be very significant if there's so many things trying to distract us from that. So we're going to go through one at a time. The first one we're going to talk about is Megilah. So during Megilah, something very, very, very powerful and special is happening. So we know that we discussed how the energy of Purim is the energy of Netzach, which means on Purim we have an ability to shatter our ceilings. We have an ability to break through our spiritual status quo. And that's what Mordechai did, but without getting into all of that now, we want to do that. We want to experience that. How do you do that? What is Netzach powered by? It's powered by one realization that there is nothing besides Hashem. And there is no power independent of Hashem. Everything that happens in this world is just an expression of the light of Hashem. And when people do things, they're messengers from Hashem. But everything is just Hashem. So during Megillah reading, there's this powerful this light that's coming down. And the way we connect to that is just by focusing on Ein Od Milvadai. Focusing on the fact that during the Megillah is Megillas Esther, which is also the Giloi, the revealing of the Hester, of what is hidden. And during the Megillah, the hiddenness of Hashem is being revealed. And we have an opportunity to do that as long as we focus on that during Megillah. So Elliot, help us as we're going to hear Megillah. How do we experience this?
Yeah, so I think sometimes setting the intention is very important when we're doing something that is difficult. You know, this is difficult because most of us have heard Megillah so many times, and we depending on what our background is, we may be shaking a grogger and that's the main focus, or looking at other people's costumes, getting ready to say the next boo, and not realizing that the light for the entire year really is coming down during the reading of the Megillah. And the light really is the knowledge, and the knowledge that goes deep down into our heart that nothing exists outside of Hashem, outside of God. And that really is the biggest joy that we can have. So I think just spending a moment before we go into Megillah with this intention, maybe even like a prayer, dear God, maybe just take a moment right now, take a little breath and set yourself up to really address Hashem or address your neshama, however you're most comfortable, to really say, this is my desire. I want right now to receive the light of the Megillah and the light of faith and emunah that Hashem is taking care of me and that nothing exists outside of Hashem. And the entire work of Purim is getting to a place where we open ourselves up to what's already here, which is that the light of Hashem is coming to us And it's coming so powerfully during the reading of Megillah. So we just want to spend a moment right now and say, Hashem, please allow me to step into this Megillah reading with the knowledge, my mind and my heart open to this truth that you're sending the light and clarity, that there's nothing that exists other than you, Hashem, in this world. Not my body, not my external desires, my job, my roles that I play in life, the other people that may serve as distractions or bother me. Everything is you, Hashem, and all of that wisdom and knowledge and insight, please let that enter my mind and my heart throughout the entire reading of the Megillah.